We watch a lot of stuff. Scrolling through TikTok or watching YouTube on your PC or a movie on your TV, which sadly I don't have. So to fill in that void, why not watch movies in a way they are intended to, like on a huge screen? Hey, what's up everyone, Abhi here, and here's my 100-inch bedroom projector setup featuring the BenQ GV30. Since I share my living space with a roommate, we didn't really have enough space to fit in a TV in the room after our work desks take pretty much all the space. So in order to solve that situation, I was using a very random cheap projector which was absolutely dog poop, and because of that certain reason I stopped using it. But then I found an absolutely steal deal on this BenQ GV30 portable projector. Once you get it, it comes in a very good carrying case which you can use to carry it around, since this is meant to be portable. So the addition of a case is more than welcome. It comes with a remote, a power cable which I don't have, so I just use the Type-C port for charging. So that's another plus point of this projector, is that you don't need to carry a separate charger for it. Looking at the projector itself, this is made out of plastic but has a very solid build, and you can feel that it's premium. There are vents all over which are not there just for the cooling, but this also has a 270-degree speaker. So from the top and the sides, the speaker really slaps, as this also has a woofer, so you can hear them lows really well. The speakers are generally the weak spot of any portable projector, but you can be assured that you're getting a great system here. And even BenQ is so sure about it that you can use this as just a Bluetooth speaker if you want, which is absolutely sick. The speakers also totally eliminate any fan noise, so you can just lay back and enjoy your content. You can pop the side panel off, and that's where you'll find the BenQ Android TV stick and the second HDMI port of the system. The only thing I feel like could have been a little better is to have a couple more extra buttons, like having the focus and keystone button on the projector itself. Talking about that, we have 4 buttons on the top, which consists of the power button, the volume rockers, and the Bluetooth pairing button to use it as a speaker. And just below the buttons, it has this little leather latch to carry it around. This also comes with a magnetic stand which works really well, and you can basically angle it at any way you want. But just in case if you don't like it, or you just want to use a tripod, that's also an option, as you have the mount on the bottom. For the ports, it has the power, a Type-C port, a headphone jack, and the second HDMI port. Talking about the specs, this is a 720p resolution 300 ANSI lumens Android TV projector. As with this, you have 2 HDMI ports, as I talked about, the one on the inside which has the TV stick, and the other one that I was talking about earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let the resolution fool you, because I've used a lot of other cheaper projectors which say they are 720 but come nowhere close to the quality of this one. This also comes in a 1080p version, which is more expensive, but this works like really well for like a 75-inch projection, I would say. As the title says, you can push it more if you want to, but then obviously the brightness gets lower. You have all the options to screen mirror through your Android or iOS device, since this supports Chromecast and AirPlay. But if you don't wanna, this is pretty much your one-stop shop, as you can just install apps through the Google Play Store and watch whatever you like. Before I move forward and talk about it in more detail, I would just like to mention that the stick doesn't really work well with Netflix, and BenQ has their own app which you can use to install Netflix and then use your phone to act as a mouse to navigate it. I know this sounds super weird, because it is, but this is all because of Netflix being all bossy about allowing their app only on certain Android sticks. So yeah, if that's too much trouble for you, you can just swap the stick with something like a Fire Stick and it should resolve your issues. Apart from that, the UI is pretty straightforward and everything works like a charm. It has autofocus and auto keystone, which always works flawlessly, but just in case if it doesn't, the remote can help you sort it out. Talking about the remote, it is a well-built one and has all the necessary control on it. You can force it to focus again if it didn't work for the first time, and as as I mentioned, the manual keystone button is also here. It has a dedicated Prime Video and some random kids app button, which I don't know why it's there, all the other basics, and the Google Assistant button to voice control it, which is pretty cool in my opinion. A projector's main thing that you need to keep in mind is the brightness, the colors, and the contrast, and you need to tweak the settings to find something which you like. Even though out of the box it was pretty set, but I still changed it up a little. I personally switch in between the game and the sport mode with the audio setting on cinema, as the gamer profile gives me pretty good contrast and colors, and the sport mode is something a little on the brighter side, and yeah, you can tweak them as I said. You also have 3 power options: normal, eco, and low power, which translates to the brightness as well. Also, when you plug it in, it gets a little boost in the brightness. The colors on this are freaking great, and that's what you expect from a brand like BenQ, because by now they have been making projectors like since forever, and this is a really good one. As this is a portable projector, the next biggest thing is the battery life, and this lasts a little more than about 2 hours, which is a good runtime, but not so great if you're watching something longer. It might die in between. But as I said, this charges via Type-C as well, so you can plug it in with like a power bank if you want. The eco and low power mode can also give you a little bit of extra playtime. I didn't really check the audio only mode, but BenQ claims about 4.5 hours of playback, and it should technically work. This is really solid on its own, but I wanted to take this a step ahead, so I decided to plug in my PS5 to enjoy some games, and that also solves my Netflix problem. Playing games, and that's where you start to notice the resolution. As for the games, you really need those crisp visuals, but nonetheless, it is still super fun to play on a huge screen, and playing multiplayer games with your friends is just next level fun. I've done a few movie nights with my friends by now, and we all love this way too much. So overall, this is a very solid projector, and I would totally recommend it, as you can have a really good time with your friends, and that is invaluable. The links to this will be in the description box down below, along with my socials if you want to drop a follow. Also, if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.